Okay, guys, I got a word for you today. And this is thanks to a new friend that I had coffee with this morning. Boundaries. This especially applies to us moms who are at home with our kids, trying to raise them and teach them and not be total jerks to our kids. One thing that I have learned in my 11 years of parenting at this point is that you have to draw boundaries where you need them, not where you ideally want them. So I want to be mature. I want to be patient. I want to be overflowing with kindness. I want to be so fun and so unconcerned with all of the things that are actually my pet peeves and drive me crazy. I disagree with my own personality sometimes. Is anybody else like that? Like, for example, if I am driving in the car, God forbid my kids make repetitive noises. I cannot see the road anymore. So it's a pretty big rule in our car that you definitely can't sit up front if you are fidgeting, waving your arms around, or making repetitive noises. Now, I hate that. I actually hate that for them. I hate that that is distracting and frustrating for me. And I hate that they can't just be free to have fun. That feels so oppressive to me. And yet, it's still a true thing about the way that I'm wired and the place I'm at in my life. So, that boundary is there to protect them from me and me from getting into an accident, which still protects all of us. Now, a lot of boundaries don't have the same consequence. I would say that most boundaries have the consequence of us growing impatient. So if I am being triggered by my child, especially by my teenager, then I need to set a boundary before I get triggered or at the first sign of trigger. What that looks like is, if I'm doing it right, it looks like, hey, Eden, that thing that you're doing is really frustrating and I need you to stop. And if she doesn't stop, then the next thing is, hey, I'm going to need you to leave the room. Now, if I am just being an out of control monster, then I'm the one that leaves the room. But most of the time, one little warning and then a follow-up. I think the big mistake that I see is that when we put our boundaries where we think they ought to be rather than where we need them, we give too many chances and then we end up just getting really frustrated and we end up losing our cool and being complete jerks to our kids. And none of us want that. So I would just encourage you today to set the boundaries where you need them and where you're at in this point in your life, in your maturity today, and in just what you even like today.